Some of the most powerful people that I know move quietly, silently. You won't even know what they are planning or what they are doing. And this is the step that I took as well when I was setting up my business in 2023. Because when I look back at the first care business that I set up with a business partner in 2022, I announced it everywhere. Everybody knew what I was doing. And to be honest with you, the business partnership failed. So part of the reason why I am very proud of this journey is I have been a single mother now for the past 12 years. I have been heavily challenged where people have said to me that you can't achieve this because you are a single mom. I started this business in 2023, going through a very difficult moment of my life, but I kept on going. And today it is a 6-figure business. And today my achievements are helping other people to also build their own businesses in the care industry. So I am very proud of the journey and where I've come from. When I set up my company, I did not share a word with anyone. It was just a Sunday evening. And I remember just speaking to my children saying, how do you guys feel about me setting up this business? They had seen how much time and effort I had put in the first business. The lack of sleep, where I spent sleepless nights working on policies and procedures, compliance. I was sorting out recruitment at like 2-3 in the morning, and I did that. I had created this business from nowhere. And this goes back to when I lived in London in 2017, where I had registered a domiciliary care business, but without the funds for it. My children were still very small, and to be honest with you, it was not the right time for me. So when I then came back up north, I continued in my role as a social worker. I worked in different local authorities as a safeguarding officer. I was also doing deprivation of liberty safeguards assessments, and then eventually I got my team manager role within a learning disability service. I worked in that team for a good 18 months whilst I covered maternity leave. I was still obviously an agency worker, so I had to leave at some point. But I left that role and started a care business with a business partner. Initially, I believed that our intentions were the same, our values were the same, but unfortunately, it later became revealed that we were just not aligned within the business goals, where I was thinking more of creating this beautiful service where people are kept safe, staff are respected. It just didn't align with who I was. That role taught me a lot about the kind of leader that I wanted to become. I wanted to build an environment where people felt respected, where there wasn't much of a difference between the leadership team and people on the ground. If we're working together, we're working with one purpose, and that one purpose is to make people's lives better. Whether you are the director, the registered manager, the care coordinator, the compliance officer, the recruitment officer, the care worker, or the support worker on the field, I didn't want anybody to feel less different. I wanted to create an environment or an organization where everybody felt and were treated the same, irrespective of their role. I would like to believe that that's the organization that I have now created, where people feel valued, they feel cared for, they feel respected and listened to. I didn't want to create an environment where there is us and then there is them, because I feel that that's not a safe environment. That's not the right culture. There is something about leadership when it exudes compassion and understanding. When you understand that people have got their own families, people are here to work to feed their families, and as a leader, what you are doing is working towards making people's lives better. Not only service users at this point, but also your staff team. And when you think of it that way, it brings with itself this sense of humbleness, where you understand that the money that the business is making enables you to put food on your staff's family's table. And that is what it's all about. Some people go into the care industry with wrong intentions. I've heard stories of care providers who abuse the system. Some people have come to say to me that, can you help me set up this organization or become a care provider because I want to apply for a sponsorship license. I am very well versed on how people have been treated. I've heard nasty stories about people being brought to the UK from abroad, having to pay sums and sums of money for them to get sponsored. Some people are not given leave. Some people work and they are given unpaid leave. That is wrong. So when I talk about helping aspiring care business owners, there has to be some level of seriousness to it. It is not a joke, because what you're doing is working with people. It's about humanity. It's about becoming a compassionate leader who values people's lives. And I know a lot of business owners might not like what I'm about to say, but it's not always just about the numbers. I hear this, so how much money is your business making? But then what I want to do is put value in the money that the business makes, because how much is the business making compared to what difference and what impact is the business having on people's lives? Not only just my service users, but also my staff. Are we putting food on people's tables? With the increase in the cost of living, are we actually feeding families? And as a business owner and as a leader of an organization, that's what I consider. It's just not about how much money is my business going to make in the next 2-3 years. I know obviously that, some people are so money driven that all they want to think about is the zeros. I'm making 6 figures, I'm making 7 figures, I'm making 8 figures. Yes, well done. But be humble in the process of making those figures and understand the impact that you're having on other people's lives. Don't treat people as if they are less value to you because now you've got all those long zeros at the end of your bank balance. There is more to this job. There is more to this business than just profit. It's about sustainability. It's about compliance. It's about understanding that you can lead in a compassionate manner and build the right culture within your organization where people feel respected and valued. That's what it's about. Through word of mouth, we have grown our staff team because people appreciate the culture that we have built within my organization. The truth of the matter is, whilst we're building systems, you need to understand as well that as a leader, there will be people who do not like you. There will be people who do not want to work in your organization because they're just not the right fit. You'll find that there are people that you are so desperate to help, but they just don't want your help. And those are the people that you need to let go. Otherwise, they'll bring the whole organization down. I've learned this along the way, that you can't help everyone. If you're watching this thinking, I want to start a care business and I want to do it the right way, we provide education, compliance, and regulatory support to enable you to build the right systems and also to build a sustainable and compliant business. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like it and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video. I am so proud to be minding my own business.